Okay.
Hey everybody, it is the live edition of Two Legs. We are back again for our weekly ranking the tracks. This is volume 7. This is Wings at the Speed of Sound. There you go. This is the 2 disc archive edition, and Andy there had the box set there. Good stuff. We're going to be ranking these tracks here pretty soon. However, we're going to kick off with with a little unboxing today. But however, we're gonna wait and see if some people show up here. Anybody
Yeah,
says hi?
we can wait a few minutes while we just
Yeah.
pop on here. So yeah, man, December 30th, 2020
Can
is
you believe
almost
that?
over. Thank God.
Yes. Yes. How do you have a good Christmas there, Andy?
I did. I had a very nice Christmas with family. You?
Great. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, wife and I
Very
had
good.
some nice morning. We zoomed with her sister and brother-in-law, and then my mom and stepdad came over for dinner, so it was a nice day.
Very nice day. Yeah, we got a Gary,
Hey,
Hudson,
Gary,
and Joe May.
Hudson, hey, Joe, my friend. We're going to be doing a little unboxing, Joe, that you might want to watch. So,
Yes. And Susan's here.
hey,
2020,
Susan,
almost 2021.
almost 21. Yes.
Hallelujah. Yeah, but we're gonna do a little unboxing too. Matt Smith, hello.
Hey, Matt.
Because Tom and I have gotten slowly a few more
Well,
things have trickled in from McCartney 3.
slowly. So,
Slowly.
yes. Oh my God. So I've gotten a couple more vinyls. When we last week I had the green Target. I got the orange, which was You Discover.
You got the orange. Did you
I
get
got
that?
yes. I got the Bull Moose White, and I got the pink Newberry,
Very nice.
as well as the regular black. So I'm still waiting for the stuff that is supposedly shipped from PaulMcCartney.com. That's the troublemaker right there.
Red,
That's
the red vinyl, the
the
Coke,
yellow, yeah.
the Coke bottle color
Right,
vinyl, all
right.
that stuff. Where is it? Come on. Yeah, well, we got some stuff we're gonna unbox today.
Yes. So you got one of the. I mean, I got the cassette. I'll just start with the cassette real quick since this isn't as exciting. So, but as you can see,
It sounds good. I played it.
yeah. Oh, did you?
It's a great. It's got that classic analog hiss.
Yes.
So there it is. The
Yeah,
McCartney
there it is.
cassette.
We'll just open this real quick.
Open if Joe says Paul's site stinks.
Yeah,
I guess for shipping purposes it
it
does.
does. So, but you got this is like the classic cassette single box.
Yeah. We just
So
need
there
to
you go.
confirm if there's another version of the cassette available.
Yeah. Yes. And there you go.
I don't. Yeah, there's a classic cassette right there.
Yeah.
I saw an
So
image. I think that there's another version available that mimics a classic Capitol Records old school tape release, but I don't
okay.
know. I don't know if that's true or not.
Okay. Well,
Matt
we'll have to
Smith.
vet.
Matt Smith says PaulMcCartney.com must use the Pony Express. Probably.
I like that. I like that. So you got the dice box there. How many of
Yeah,
those? How many of those did you order?
just one.
You just got the one. You got the red.
Just the red. I think this is the red. I think.
Okay.
CD that I said. So let's tear that. I don't even know. Other than the die, I don't even know what's going to be in here. I really don't.
Okay. All right.
Tom Brennan. Is it CR02 with Dolby? Remember this? Remember that? Remember the tape?
Oh
that they
man,
remember
yes. Yes, that was a long time ago.
that?
Yeah.
CR02. That was like high quality. All right, let's
Yeah.
open. Before we dive into the speed of sound, let's just open this sucker up and
Yeah,
see
let's
what
take a
we
look
got.
and see what you got in there.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice box, which I'll keep for sure.
Right.
Let's see what we got in here now. The dice on the front.
So put that up next to your head. Let's get an idea of the size there. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Decent sized box.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you could put realistically put maybe like 6 cupcakes in there or something like that.
I
right?
could reuse this for that. You're right. I
There
could.
you go.
Could. Ethan's on here.
Hey, Ethan.
He says snazzy thumbnail. Oh, we owe it all to
Yes.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Okay, so in here we've got it. We've got the
Okay.
CD, the
Okay.
styrofoam stuff, red CD,
Right. Okay. And it's sealed.
sealed,
More shrink wrap.
more shrink wrap. Okay. Styrofoam on the inside,
Yeah. And there's that
And-
wonderful pouch.
and there's the pouch, and then let's take a look. Let's open it up.
Yep.
We have 3.
Nice. There you go.
Right, I got my dice, and I'm saying dice. I don't know if that's right or not. It's dice. I don't know if it's die or dice. It's dice. I'm sorry. Is there anything else in here? No, right?
Oh, that's it.
Just a bunch
Yeah.
of styrofoam. Okay, so
Yeah.
damn. Okay, so I got.
So there you go.
All right, so no. Oh, so the outtake on this one is
Yeah.
is Lavatory Lou.
Okay. Very good.
So the all right, so yeah, so we got to. All right, so and I'm still waiting for my Japan. So
Yeah.
see.
Gotcha.
And then the
Okay.
Japan will have all four. We
All
think.
four.
Which
Correct.
we know.
With the red dye on the cover.
Is that right?
Yeah, what's the cover? What's the back picture? What Paul is on the back picture? Okay, that's the common one. So
common
the
one.
Japanese one will have the one with his eyes closed.
Eyes closed. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Tom Brennan, no hype sticker? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
No. No. Joe said he ordered 5 boxes. He's got none. He got none already?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, he doesn't have any. I feel bad for. I mean, I feel bad for everybody that's still waiting because
Damn.
it's really frustrating at the moment.
What am I gonna do with these? I don't know. I'll just.
Well, I'm just gonna ask you. So how are you gonna display that? I mean, you're gonna leave them both in the. You're gonna leave both items in the box, or
You know what? No. You know what I'll do with this? I have the little new cube when new came out. The little light cube. I'll put this next to that in my little trinket shelf.
Ah, there you go.
So new
The trinket shelf. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have with my little Beetle figurines and stuff. I'll just
Right.
put this next to the new cube that lights up. Harry
Okay.
Benson says, "Good evening."
Hey,
Matt."
Harry.
Hi,
Hello,
Harry.
my friend.
Good evening. He received his box today with the dice.
Yes, he
Which
did
one?
that SOB. Yeah,
Which one?
not fair. I think he got yellow.
Did he?
Yeah, or all of them. I don't remember, but he did post a picture. He did. Yes. Anyways, but cool. Well, I'm glad at least one of us have gotten that box. You know, so
You'll be getting yours. So you ordered
Oh.
3, Tom, right?
yeah, I ordered the red, blue, and the yellow, and then I just ordered the plain white deluxe CD
Okay.
because that set with the dice was already sold out.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. So
Okay.
by the time I got to it, but anyways, also Paul McCartney 3, #1 in the UK, first #1 in the UK since Flowers in the Dirt.
Flowers in the Dirt.
1989. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that. And then I
But
think
it went to
the
#1
previous
here.
on the album charts, on the album sales charts.
What's
this is
the
really
difference?
Yeah, exactly. Well, because that's not including downloads, which are now a part of the Billboard charts. So, and that's why Taylor Swift was #1 again for the second.
I couldn't even name one Taylor Swift song.
Nor could I. Nor could I. But it is what it is. And also,
So no, he's #1. He's #1.
he's #1. #1. He's our #1. Our good friend Adrian Allen, who wrote the Paul McCartney After the Beatles books, his Wings Live book should be due or should be ready to pre-order this week or the following week, and we'll post that on the Two Legs Facebook page as well. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Anyways, other than that, it is time.
Yeah, and that'll be essential reading too, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's time to rank the tracks, and as Tom
Next.
and I said off the air, this one was fair. This one was not as hard to rank as Venus.
No.
and Mars.
I don't think it was. However, when I go back and look at it, I can go, well, I could change one or two here and there. I still might. I don't know. However, yeah, it wasn't as difficult as say, Venus and Mars was to rank.
No. Hudson Forrest, thank you very much. Says loves the shirt, Andy. Thank you. Joe, note you never rode is at the bottom for him.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
That'll be different.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, that's the great thing about these. I love seeing what people's lists are on these and how different everybody's lists are. I mean, that's the fun of it, really.
Yeah.
So, but with the album, okay, so for me, it's a good album. I really enjoy this album. However, I think if you're going to rank all the albums that went #1, those 4 consecutive,
that 4 or 5 consecutive runs,
yeah,
#1s.
not including Wings Over America. I mean, this would probably, unfortunately, rank at the bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe above Red Rose Speedway or maybe below it. I'm not sure, but there's some great stuff on here, and then this is the first time. This is the first time on a Wings, album that every member had a lead vocal as well.
Yeah. I mean, it was really nice. I mean, it's kind of overlooked as an album, I think, because it's got the two big hits on it. The other Wings albums are just so tremendous that we kind of history kind of tends to just overlook this one. A, because it was made kind of in between the tour, so it was done very quickly.
Right.
And you kind of get that feel when you listen to it. It was kind of just thrown together. But having said that, there's some really great tracks on this album that really kick ass.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's just it's a very democratic affair. It's across the board. It's what he wanted to do. So I revisited this archive edition this week, getting ready for the show. Which I haven't had a chance to do in the last couple of years, because when you have all these things, how can you have the time to do it? And it was really nice. It was really nice revisiting this, reading the stories from and hearing from Joe English and Denny when they were reached out. They were interviewed for this book.
Right.
And of course, as usual, stellar photography.
Right.
So it was really nice to revisit in that and see all the promotional stuff, how they put the words up in Leicester Square. In the middle of the night to, at a movie theater to actually put the letters up on the board.
Right, and lights.
Yeah, which is cool.
Actually, but I mean, the cover though, really.
Hypnosis did this.
Yeah, they did, but I mean, I just find it a little uninspiring. I mean, it's fine.
It's okay.
I really dig the back.
The back is cool.
It's, very, Hard Day's Night in a way.
Yes, yeah. I tell you what, I liked it better as a cover than, say, Back to the Egg.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna have to rank the covers here.
I smell another show coming. I smell another series coming.
Yeah, there you go.
This has that kind of 70-ish.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Feel to it, that Hypnosis. They did other stuff too. Like they did Zeppelin albums and Floyd albums. You kind of get that feel to it. And again. Photography by Clive Arrowsmith. Joe says Egg is the greatest cover. Okay. If that's good for Joe, that's good for Joe. I disagree.
Right. Okay.
So starting it off, I believe I start this week.
Yeah, you start this week, my friend. So
we're doing the 11 tracks on the album. No bonus discs, no material, no nothing.
Well, go ahead.
You go. Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying was I like the fact that everybody's got a lead vocal on the album. I wish it was done, with Red Rose Speedway. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. That being said, there's some vocals on other albums that I kind of like better than the ones that are on this album. In
terms of who?
With other vocals like in Denny and
okay.
Denny, you know what I mean, and Linda. So, but as those songs come up, I'll talk more about that. But
I tell you, we get our only Joe English vocal ever, which is
exactly
tremendous.
Well, on a Wings record.
On a Wings record, Wings record. All right, so number 11 for me.
Yep.
It is Cook of the House. you got to start. You got to start somewhere.
Right.
And this one is just on an album that is solidly good with some really, really standout tracks, and then some filler, and then there's Cook of the House.
Right.
Cook of the House is last. So,
yeah.
But I still say, give me the Glasgow version from '79 live better than this.
Well, again, and to what we talked about last week with Venus and Mars, a handful of these songs just play better live.
Smoke live. Yeah. Cook of the House is 11, and I'm sure you will have that as well.
My number 11 is, unfortunately, Cook of the House. Okay. I do like musically. I do tend to like it more than lyrically. But then again, Seaside, it's not as strong as, say, like a Seaside Woman or Oriental Nightfish.
You and that freaking Oriental Nightfish.
Yeah. Oh, God. I love it.
You wanted it to go on Band on the Run too.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Or even Venus and Mars.
Please, or Venus and Mars, I could see thematically how that works. Band on the Run. I have another drink.
No, well, thank you. Don't mind if I do. But anyways, Cook of the House. I mean, I kind of like the sound effects, the cooking, the frying, you get at the beginning or whatever. The music is fine, but there's better Linda tracks out there.
I think the only redeeming quality of Cook of the House is hearing Paul and Denny go Cook of the House at the end. That's it.
Okay, fair enough.
You're up.
No, 10. I did. It's your turn.
Oh, no, it's back to me because we both have Cook of the House.
Yeah.
Number 10, and Paul Saley, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Wino Junko is number 10, which I
Oh,
think
wow.
somebody else had that up there as well. Again, this is like Medicine Jar 2.0. Jimmy
Mm,
McCullough talking about being a wild man. Paul says as much
right.
in the book. Which he co-wrote. I forget what the guy's name. He co-wrote that with somebody. I forget.
Yes, but maybe we're that's one of the things we're going to be talking about Paul with Paul Sally about.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, yeah, Wino Junko, and again, on an album that is totally democratic, sharing the vocals. Wino Junko, melodically, I like kind of how it starts, majestically with the bells and stuff. I like all that, but
Yeah.
it doesn't do much for me.
Does
Co-
do you,
Colin Allen, Harry Benson said that's who
yeah.
co-wrote it. Allegedly.
Okay.
What were you gonna
Do you
say?
think do you think it has like a London Town feel to it? Why not Junko? Do you think
A
it would
little
have
bit.
feel it would
Yes,
that feel of it would feels like it would fit perfectly on London Town.
thousand
You know
percent agree. That would definitely fit on London Town, but
what
he was already gone, kind of
I mean?
mostly by then. I do. That would actually work very well. Kind of has that majestic opening with it, almost kind of a very folksy feel,
Mm,
which could have,
gotcha.
which would have done well with London Town. I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 10 is unfortunately, like I said, we got the Joe track, is Must Do Something About It. Now I like it, but I just feel like the track itself is just like plain Jane. There's really nothing special about the music. It's just like a straight through 70s style song, maybe that you would hear on AM radio, something like, Fooled Around and Fell in Love. I mean, there's really nothing special about this song, I don't think. And it'd probably be better if Paul ended up doing the vocals on this track. But for me, the song is just like, it's just a plain Jane song. There's really nothing special about it.
No, no. I'll save my comments for it.
Okay.
I have it ranked a little slightly differently, but not too much differently.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was your number. That's your number.
Number 10.
Was your number 10? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 9 for me is San Ferry Ann.
Oh.
Very curious where you have that one.
Yeah.
I kind of what you said about Must Do Something About It is kind of how I
Right.
feel about San Ferry Ann.
Yeah.
Very pedestrian.
Right.
Pleasant song, kind of pastiche of French stuff going on in there.
Mm,
Different lyric, different languages. It's okay. Um, I was never wowed by it, and it's for a McCartney song on this album to be like not so great.
right.
That's always been like for me. It's always been like whoa, that's because it's a McCartney vocal, but
Hmm.
it's pleasant. But I have it at number 9 because I think even some of the other songs that even some of the other people in the band sing, I think are
Right.
just they pack more punch for me. Then
Gotcha. Yeah.
pleasant enough. Wouldn't skip it again, but it's an album filler.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. My number 9 is unfortunately Warm and Beautiful. Again, it's just
Wow.
I find this.
I would have thought you would have had that up
No,
more.
I mean I like it. I mean it's okay, but I just think it's like one of his second tier ballads. Myself personally,
Okay,
with
so it's not on
not
that.
yeah exactly. It's not on par with like My Love and No
Big
More
on Maze or any of
Nights.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's just got that doom doom. This like really lame solo to it. Unfortunately, if that is Jimmy playing that, it just really doesn't do anything for me. His vocals are nice, but I just don't find it. Okay, if I want to hear a Paul ballad, it's just not one that I go to. It's just, again, it's just kind of plain Jane. It's, the musically, I don't find it very interesting.
Has those familiar beginnings of Maybe I'm Amazed too with the chords at the beginning,
Hmm.
which he's done a few times. You heard like,
Right.
what's this gonna be? Yeah. Um, that was your number 9.
Number 9, yeah.
Number 8 for me would be Time to Hide.
Oh, okay.
Time to Hide for me, and again, a case where live it kicks the crap out of the studio version on this album.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Denny, has a really good groove in it.
Yeah, I agree.
Back and forth. Paul, you can hear Paul and Linda really kind of singing on this one a lot.
Yeah.
But kind of just it almost sounds like when you listen to the album version, it kind of just starts. It's already like
Mhm.
they were already jamming, and
Right.
the engineer just faded the track
Yes.
up
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
into it.
Right.
And I know Denny's very proud of this song. He still played it live regularly as a solo artist.
Mm.
probably my favorite part of that song is that kind of middle. Will I lay still in your bar? All that.
Right.
That's cool. That kind of call and response stuff with Paul
Mm-hmm.
and Linda is probably the best part of the song.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's my number eight is Time to Hide. Great.
Okay.
Denny's awesome on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, but I think live it's so much stronger
Oh,
live.
right. Again, another example of a track that's just better live.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
You're
right.
up.
So number 8 for me is now these next 4 or 5 could go either way. They could go in any order. The next
Okay.
4 or 5. So, but the note you never wrote. I love that like quiet intro. I think Denny's vocals are really strong on this one as well. I like the softer vocals from him on this one. Very interesting. I don't know if that's a mellotron or some kind of keyboards playing throughout with how the song opens. But
Probably a Moog synthesizer,
yeah,
if I had to
maybe.
guess.
But again, it's just again, another simple song. There's nothing really special about it. Vocals are strong, but I just don't get like, again, if this was like album was rushed, I think this is a fine example of that. It's just like, here you
It's
go,
rushed.
you know,
It's a different song in terms
right,
of like, it's not a typical McCartney. McCartney wrote this song.
right,
Denny, it's not a, but he gave it to Denny. It's not a typical McCartney tune.
mm-mm,
It's very
no,
dark, very
right,
dark tunes, very very dark tone
right,
to this. You know, okay, so you have that.
yeah,
You have that at number eight.
8, yep,
Okay, my number seven is the aforementioned "Must Do Something About It,"
okay,
which Tom had, I believe, at number nine.
not number 10, I
10.
think, something like that, yeah,
I like how another song that kind of very much like the note you never wrote. He kind of begins with the weird synthes type stuff, and
mm,
then boom, sunshine,
right,
a kind of bright harmony into Joe English's vocal,
right,
which for the very for the I just always liked it. It was like a breath of fresh air listening to the record. You got Cook of the House, Time to Hide. Cook of the House is whatever. Time to Hide's a heavy song, and then you hear this kind of bright, really bright vocal in
right,
the middle of a side two, and it's to me it was always like a very optimistic track. Simple. I kind of understand your plain Jane aspect
right,
of it. It is very plain Jane 70s, nothing earth shattering, but the fact that it's Joe English's only Wings vocal,
yeah,
Paul wrote it.
yep,
It's to me it's to me that's Wings of the Speed of Sound core song. You hear that and you're
mm,
like, that's Wings of the Speed of Sound,
okay.
and I've always liked it. I have it at after this they're all pretty much high ranking, but it's the highest of the lower tracks if I had to break it down that way.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So what was that, 7 for you?
That was seven for me. Tim Jackson, thank you very much. T-shirt comment, thank you.
Ah, very good. Very appropriate t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy them all up on McCartney's website, but they're
Yeah,
not
that's
they're
right.
not
They're all up on
they're not
McCartney.
cheap though.
No, was it 30?
$30 or $40 a piece,
Yeah.
some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, the 7 and 6 for me could go either way, just depending on the time of day. Right now I'm just going to put this one there at Wino Junko. Again, I think Jimmy was a talent gone too soon, unfortunately. I would have liked to have seen Jimmy finish that whole time with Wings. Nothing against Lawrence Juber. Lawrence Juber is amazing, but it just would have been really cool to see
Oh,
him progress. Maybe as a vocalist. I mean, we knew how great he was as a guitarist. But if he would have stayed with Wings,
yeah. Could you imagine what he would have done on Back to the Egg?
oh, I mean,
Who knows what it'd have been? Who knows what it'd
right,
been?
right,
Not fair.
exactly.
Not fair to Lawrence because Lawrence obviously contributed his own
Oh,
style.
absolutely.
But
But you would imagine that his confidence would have just probably just continue to grow per record. I mean, especially if he was going to get at least one vocal per record. You know,
yeah. It's just too bad there. He was just too wild. He was
right?
too young. He was young, much younger than all of them.
Exactly. However, I do prefer Medicine Jar over Wino Junk.
Wino Junk. Oh, I would agree
Yeah,
with that. Yeah,
yeah.
for
But
sure.
but nice vocal from Jimmy on this. I do
It
like the
is, and
vocal.
it's a soft one
Yeah.
too, which is
Yes.
very
Yes.
unique for him because you think of big Jimmy McCulloch, big rocker,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
here he is in the middle of the '70s doing a kind of a lightweight pop hit song.
Right, right, which I think would have fit a lot better on London Town. I had that,
Agreed.
would have flowed nicely nicely on London Town, I think.
Yeah. Up to me now. Number
Yes.
six. Number six, for me is "She's My Baby."
Yeah. Cool.
Is yeah. Again, great bass on "She's My Baby." Love the demo track on the archive edition. Nice sequencing on the album too. You've got "Let 'Em In" that kicks it off,
Right.
into then a darker song, "No You Never Wrote," and then boom,
Right.
nice 3-minute pop song, bass groove throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom.
Exactly.
Boom,
Yes.
you know, which is so good. Yeah, this is just a fun, overlooked song. This is definitely an
True.
overlooked McCartney song.
Very true.
This
Very
would have
true.
done. This would have done nice on Pure McCartney.
I like that. I like
This
that.
would have.
Yeah.
This would have been nice on Pure McCartney. It would have turned a lot of heads. I think this song, just for his
Yes.
bass, just for his bass playing on it. You know.
Exactly. Well, and there's some good bass playing throughout the whole album. I think there's consistent playing throughout the whole album. I think it's a pretty consistently played, instrumentation wise. I think it's not bad.
Most of it was recorded again very quickly between Venus and Mars and the rest of the world. It was
Right.
recorded in the midst of the world tour.
Tour,
So
exactly.
it was done very quickly, and most of it was all done at EMI Studios, Abbey Road. So and if you notice, like when you look even on the bonus content of the archive, it's not like loaded with bonus stuff.
Oh
because-
no, this was one of the more disappointing bonus audios.
And
the
in terms of
whole-
video, and I tell
Yeah.
you what, if the 2 LP archive vinyl is any indication, the fourth side is just etching because they didn't have there's nothing on. It was only there's only really so you're getting 2 records, but only 3 sides because it just
Right.
wasn't material.
Yeah, they probably just mixed it up, put like 3 or 4 tracks on per side. But yeah, I definitely, yeah, I get you because you
Very-
got what? Well, you got 7 tracks, I think. 7 tracks. So they
Seven
probably
tracks,
would
but
have
they
put
just
3 on one side, 4 on the other.
No, but they didn't. They just put them all on one side.
Mm,
Do you
I
have
don't
it?
recall that. No, I don't. No, I don't have the. I have the reissue that
Right.
came out later.
So the Concord 2 LP.
Right.
There's two discs in
Yes,
there.
yes.
But all the 7 bonus tracks are on one side. The second
Okay.
side
I
is
gotcha.
just an etching.
Okay.
So they just threw all these tracks on one side.
One side. Gotcha.
So if that
Okay.
doesn't tell you that they were very kind of
Yeah.
devoid of material here for the rushness of the album. But again, professionally done and brilliantly played, but it was just done very quickly.
Right. Right.
So, yep, you're up.
Okay. So what is it? 6
6 for you.
me?
Yep.
Time to Hide. A good Denny Lane vocal. Again, I think it's again this track just really kicks it live. Really really good track. Everybody's playing great on this track. I dig Paul. Linda. I mean everybody is really good on this track. One of the better vocals from Denny, I think, from his time in Wings. I just dig the other 5 a little bit more than this one.
He's very proud. I was reading them in the
Yeah.
book today. He's very proud of Time to Hide.
It should
think-
be. It
I
should
think
be.
it's one of his more prouder moments in Wings as a member of Wings. I know
Especially when he does the
proud of it.
chorus. I mean, he's really into that chorus. When he's singing, "Baby, won't you give me?"
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
it's great job from Denny on that. You
and
can tell he's really enthused with this song when during the whole track.
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. It's just and again, just live is just so phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
For the top 5, do you want to? Is any comments or anything like that we want to go through?
catch up on some comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harry Benson says McCartney prefers to record quickly. Yeah, yes and no, because he takes his.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that's true.
he does. He records quickly, but then sometimes he takes his time with
Right.
projects. Over the course of a couple of years, like he's done with New, and
Right.
he did New over the course of a couple of years. He did Station over the course of a couple of years. I think in the '70s he recorded very quickly.
Well, not Red Rose Speed.
No. Steve Sanderson, Warm and Beautiful intro, same as Golden Earth Girl. Yes, that's
Yeah.
my Golden Earth Girl, Warm and Beautiful. Maybe I made like they have those very similar chords that open up a song. Check on the update these comments here. Denny progressed with Time to Hide to Deliver Your Children and Again and Again and Again.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, although I'm not a huge fan of Again and Again and Again. but
Oh,
we'll save that for-
really? Okay.
No, I think Denny's high watermark for me in Wings was London Town,
Okay.
which we'll talk about next week.
Next week. Yep.
Which will be our first live show of 2021.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're all caught up there.
All right, number
Now
5. for
rounding
you.
out the top 5. Number 5 for me is the Note You Never Wrote.
Oh, okay.
I've always enjoyed that song just because of how different it is.
Yeah,
It's
it is
not
different. Yeah.
it's not a typical song
Mm,
that you hear on a McCartney album, and it was a real nice change of pace, especially after hearing "Let 'Em In." It opens up with those synths, and in the
right.
book today, Paul was talking about it sounding very Floydish,
Mm,
very Pink Floydish sounding.
okay.
So and again, it was the '70s, and he
Right.
obviously he knew Gilmore and Waters pretty
Oh,
well.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
I love Jimmy's solo in this song. He's got a really fantastic solo.
he does, and
Mm,
just because how different the track is, that's why I like it where it is because he took some chances with that one,
right.
because it wasn't a typical song.
Mm.
Yeah, Joe, duller than dishwater. No, maybe for you, Joe, but that's how you are, and that's not how I am. So, good luck with that. I like it. Oh well.
Oh, that's funny.
Um, Listen, I can see how people think it's dull. It just plods
Yeah,
along, but it's different. It's
it
different, and I
is.
like it.
I'll give him that. Absolutely. Um, so number 5 for me is a track since the release of the archive edition. This is a track that I really paid no mind to, but since the archive release, I absolutely love this song, San Ferian. I am just become a
Ah,
huge fan
wow.
of this track, especially the bass playing throughout. I think the vocals are really cool. I mean, lyrically it's all right too, but it's just a good, really good groove. I dig it. I really dig this track lately. I play it a lot, really, these days. And like a lot of the albums that have been released, I mean, a lot of it's been getting reevaluated favorably, as we all know. And so a lot of these tracks have really grown on me, that I never really cared for before. And this was one of them. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks when I bought the archive edition and
Did
played
you
the
not?
album.
Did you not know it before the
Oh, I
archive?
did. I mean, obviously, yeah, because I had the CD before. I had it,
Right, but the archive really
But
kind of heightened your
yeah,
awareness
it
to it.
just really, yeah, it just like slapped me in the face and like, pay attention to me,
I
and
tell you what. I tell you
yeah.
what. There's nice horns on the track.
Yes, and that was my next comment was the horn playing throughout it. It's really dig it. I do like times where he does have horns in his songs. Sometimes they work, especially like in the 70s. In the 80s, the horns that he had in his 80s didn't always work for me, but
If
this
he
one
would
works.
if
It's
he would
great.
only keep the horn players on stage now when he plays again,
Right.
which he did, like he does for one song and then sends them back.
Right, right. So this is like what, like Tony. You got Thaddeus. Steve
Thaddeus
and How
Richards,
and
Steve
Howie.
Howard, and
Yeah, and Howie Case.
Howie Casey from
Yeah.
the Liverpool days.
Yes. Yes. So just great stuff. You
And
know.
that brass section really
Mm.
became a real big part of Wings.
Oh yeah, especially the live. Yeah.
It really did, and he even brought them back in '79. So really, that
Yes.
really became a core part of the band. And to hear him when he comes back, majorly touring there in the early 2000s again,
Hmm.
no, and even in the '90s, he didn't use
No,
horns,
you got Wicks. For
and
that.
that's great. Wix can reproduce all those things, but there's nothing like having a full brass section.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. And then when I saw them in '93 and they did Penny Lane, and you can tell Wicks was doing, the French horn.
yeah, I
Exactly.
know
Yeah. It just,
it's cheesy.
it's good. I mean, it's it brings it's nostalgia. You love it, but going back and thinking about it, it's just, man, if you had like a real
Yeah,
horn section for that.
it would be phenomenal. We got
Yeah.
somebody just popped on here. Ed
Yeah.
Crawford. Hello, Ed.
Hey, Ed, my
Thank
good
you for
buddy Ed.
yeah. Ed's on there. So
Yeah, glad you're here, buddy.
Tim Jackson says now they just call the brass section Wicks Wickens. That's
Yeah.
what Tim Jackson said. And
Well,
it's
I mean,
true.
last year that he brought what I think.
Oh, thank God he brought him out for
Yeah,
letting go, and then said, "No, I
yeah,
play and go away, guys. Come
right.
on." Like they should be out there for listening to what the man said. And he can
Yeah,
don't tell me he can't afford it. He could have those
right,
guys sitting on their ass all day. Come on.
right. Well, he
I
could.
mean,
That's why he brought him back.
I
That's,
know, but the brass section from the Wings period, those guys,
yeah.
you go watch Rock
But
Show.
that's the problem. He's not playing enough wing stuff, to
No,
garner, or to justify spending the money on a brass section, throughout the whole show. You have that, you
so
have
do
him
him.
come out like 2 or 3 times, and that's it.
I tell you what he should do. I know that this is never going to happen, but he should have really structured his shows like maybe in the middle of the show, like when he does his little acoustic thing, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
do a
yeah.
wing set, do a wing set, like
Yes.
do a wing set of like 7 or 8 songs, just do the wing
Right.
songs, and then go back to the Beatles stuff. and then you can have those guys there for those 7 or 8 songs and send them on their way.
Right. Love it.
Your queen is here.
Ah.
Hi, queen.
Oh, Queen. I was a bad boy, and unfortunately, I had missed.
Yeah. You missed it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed it. It was just the time. Normally, she goes on an hour earlier, and I would have been able to make the show, but she was just like an hour too late for me. But whatever.
Well, I watched. I was a good servant, so I'll be knighted now. Can you knight me? Thank you,
said
queen.
I got 30 lashes for that one.
You should have. You should have. I watched it. And it was very nice to see Kid on there going through her stuff, and really nice stream there. So thank you, Kid, and thank you for popping on here tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I feel so bad. Anyways, top 5, right? Or was that number 5?
That was number 5 for me.
Yeah. So you're 4.
Number 4 for me. Warm and Beautiful.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Warm and Beautiful.
Okay.
It's Ed Crawford. Arise, Sir Andy. I kind of understand what you're saying with the Plain Jane doesn't really go anywhere. It's a not top tier ballad McCartney stuff, and I agree with that. Right. It's not a top tier ballad, but for this album, it's a really good song.
Okay.
For me, for this album, if this was on another McCartney album, I wouldn't have had it that high. On this album, I have it ranked pretty high. Gotcha. Lovely string arrangement, and again, this song was used for the Working Classical album as a tribute to Linda.
True.
Which was, again, that kind of re-heightened its awareness for me as a song, and a perfect album closer.
Really? You think so?
I think it's a perfect album closer for this album.
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think it's a perfect album closer for this record. I do.
Interesting. Okay.
Joe Mayo. Andy's got the top 3 right, but in what order? You'll have to, which I think Tom will too.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Number 4 for me was, besides the hits, the first song I fell in love with on this album, besides the hits, was "She's My Baby."
Okay.
Just, again, like reasons you said earlier. I mean, it's just a good, the bass line throughout is great, and I love it. Mopping it up. She comes out at night. All that. It's just playful McCartney, or silly McCartney. Whatever. But it's very playful, and it's a fun track. And an ex-girlfriend of mine, and had a really we had a good time with this song. But that's another story. But yeah, I have fond memories of this song, and it's gonna always have a special place in my heart.
So that was you had that at 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so now where do we have the top 3?
Yes. I wonder. Just see what the order is.
Yeah. Number 3 for me is "Beware My Love."
Okay, it's gonna be different.
It's gonna be different. Okay. Song that kind of grew on me. As a younger fan, I didn't really get it, especially comparing it to this version to the live, because this version kind of again, very much like "Time to Hide." It sounds like they're already playing it, and it just comes on. It's already playing it. It just comes right on. It's a really good song. I know it was, it wasn't a single, but I do know from a lot of fans who were around at the time, family members who listened to Wings and stuff, this was an FM staple song.
Right.
For those of you in the New York City area, I know 102.7 NEW would play "Beware My Love" a lot. They got a lot of heavy rotation. Classic 70s. I mean, it's just such a great song. Paul going on, and again, don't even start me with the live. The live version is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Right. It's probably one of the best songs on Wings Over America. The live version.
Yes.
But Paul's vocal on this, unbelievable. I mean, I'm listening to it right now. You guys can't hear it, but I have it. I have it playing. Tim Jackson. It was killer on FM in New York City. Yeah. See, my parents are first generation Beatle fans, Tim, and that's what they told me. This was like, forget about it. That was the song.
Right.
But it's just, look, what more can you say? It's a fantastic song.
It is.
There's so many changes, and it stops, and it just boom, Right. And then, of course, we found out there was a John Bonham version. Which
yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, "Beware My Love." And again, I think on the studio version, it just fades out, though. Or does it fade out, or does it end? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't recall. I think it fades. Yeah.
Let me see. Oh no, no, it does end. It ends. I just went to it.
Yeah.
It does end, but then again, no, no, it has a proper ending. But live, it's nice. It has Linda opening up those classic Wings harmonies that
Right.
open up
Oh,
this song.
absolutely. Yeah.
And then wow, 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 wow,
Yeah.
which is just phenomenal. But yeah, that's my number three.
Yeah. Right. Number three for me it's the opening track. Number Let 'Em In.
Ah,
Just again another fun track. Great when he plays this live, no matter what decade or era it is of McCartney. When he does this song live, I think it's a welcome track when he plays live. It's fun. I love the uncle, the Auntie Jen, brother Mike, all that Phil and Don. That's for me the best part of the song. You know, dig it live. I mean, what Denny does live with this is really cool with this, with the
snare,
drum. Yeah,
snare drum.
yeah, yeah, and that's a lot of fun. But again, I think maybe it goes on a little too long. I mean, this is what, over 5 minutes long. It could, you know,
Just about
yeah,
5 minutes,
yeah.
5:12,
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can cut it down by half a minute or so. I think it does just go on a touch too much.
maybe.
But again, great vocal from Paul. The lyrics are again, the silly Paul a little bit. But again, musically, it's not as good as the other two that I have in front of it.
Okay.
Mm,
Steve Sanderson trombone solo in this. Yes, trombone solo.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, the brass section, which those guys
really
shine. Like,
enhanced the song. Yeah, really
yeah.
enhanced it. Yeah,
Um, yeah. Number two for me is the same
yeah,
song.
yeah,
Same song.
yeah,
Let him in.
yeah.
It's my number two. It's my number two. It's one of those. It's one of those songs as a younger McCartney fan at the time in the '80s that you actually remember hearing.
Right.
Okay, there was like listen to what the man said. Let him in was one of those first songs. Hearing it and being oh, this is a pretty good catchy song. Learning
I
about
think,
it.
yeah, I think as an early fan, it's very magnetizing. I mean, you can
That's how
really
I
get
heard it.
drawn to it. You know what I mean? It's not threatening in any way. It's just a fun, childlike song sometimes, in a
Right,
way.
let's catch up on some comments here.
Yeah.
Queen
Right.
says Billy Paul's cover of "Let Him In" is killer too. Takes it in a new
Yes.
direction. I have to listen to that. I've not heard Billy
Yes.
Paul's
Yes.
cover
Oh,
of
it's
it.
good. It's good. Yeah.
Steve Sanderson says the fake ending. Yeah, fake ending.
Yeah.
And of course, Mayo. Perfect top three, Andy. Again, live, every
Yeah.
live performance, and I've listened to hundreds of cop versions of this. He said that same thing, flavor. He said, "Do me a flavor," in every live. That was like a mistake, and he just repeated the mistake
Repeat
every
it. Yeah.
time, every time. Again, I think it works better live. When you're
Yeah.
watching a rock show, we're gonna do some songs from our new album, The Speed of Sound.
Sound right.
Here we
Right.
go, and they go right into Let 'Em In, and you hear the bells.
Yes.
That's so cool. That's and
Yeah.
a perfect album opener too, and which were the bells at Paul's house in Cavendish in St. John's Wood, as I read in the liner notes today.
Okay.
Yeah, all again, great harmonies in this song too, especially the last
Yes.
30 seconds to a minute of the song. You hear the drums are going, you're hearing the whistling, you're hearing Denny singing. So
Right.
that last minute of the song, and then it just, I don't know, perfect, FM staple song. Let 'Em In for the 70s. Joe May, it was amazing growing up on Let 'Em In and Silly Love Songs in '76. Yeah, I can imagine it was. I'm sure those were absolute, can't miss, can't, those were '70s hits bonafide for sure.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of childlike qualities to Let 'Em In, which I enjoy. I actually enjoyed that he even dusted it off in 1990.
Yeah.
It was on I think the birthday single, and that's actually a really good version too.
Yes, that's right. That's right. The B side, right?
Yeah, yeah, which is actually awesome as well. But that's my numero dos, Tomas.
Okay. Can't say. I found out. I can't tell you what's it all about. I mean, that part, with the opening, the wings sound, the backing vocals, that's what it's all about for me. The guitar, Jimmy's guitar throughout the whole track, and Paul's vocals throughout the whole stuff. When he's going the whoa, 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 and it's
Oh,
just like that rough,
oh,
Little Richard
oh,
style, again, where he's just, shredding his throat, doing that part, what's one of the things I really like about the whole "Beware My Love." I dig this song. It's another rocker that we just don't get enough of anymore
No,
from
no.
Paul.
That
So
song, I'm telling you, at its heaviest on Wings Over America,
yeah,
could stand toe to toe with Zeppelin.
yeah, and I think this would have been a really cool third single.
It should have been.
Yeah, you know,
It, it really should have been.
again, maybe a little too long, but I love every second of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's not to love about it?
Oh no, no. I think it's one of the pure McCartney tracks. I mean, if you're gonna use that word pure McCartney, I think
There's
this
another
is
one that could have went
this
on
is
there
the
too.
this is an example of that. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So we know what our number ones are.
Well, we know. Yeah.
Our number ones are silly love
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
If you haven't been following along with your scorecards at home, and I'm curious to see in the
Yeah.
comments if anybody else has it. Tom Brennan has silly love songs as two. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
What can you not say about silly love songs other
Right.
than the fantastic bass part? It's funny the record. If you look at if you have the deluxe edition and you look at the handwritten lyrics,
Oh yeah.
which I pulled out today, he's gotten here on his notes. He's got hustle beat written there.
Hustle Pete.
Hustle beat. So obviously the hustle was I think 75. So
Right.
obviously
Do the hustle.
right. So although this never to me sounded like a disco song. It's not a disco song to me.
I don't think so.
I don't
think
hear
so.
this song and go disco.
No.
It's again the live version smokes the album version.
Fair enough.
I
Fair
think
enough.
the live version smoke, especially with the Rickenbacker, especially the chorus, and he just starts just going off on stage on it.
Yeah.
Although the album version's fantastic too.
Mm-hmm.
And again, talk about being a little bit long. This clocks in at almost 6 minutes,
6 minutes. Yeah. That's
nearly 6 minutes.
right.
Yeah. I mean, this is the one big hit of Wings, other than With a Little Luck, that he has not revisited in a live setting. He finally dusted off. Listen, what the man said.
It said, yeah.
And he is not, done. No Way Live is better. Listen to it again, Joe, or go watch it.
I'm tell you what, I think I do tend to like the studio version just a touch better. But the audio, you can't go wrong with that on the Speed of Sound. I mean, I'm not sorry, but Wings Over America, that rock show. You can't go wrong
Right.
with it. This is it for me. This is Wings at its best. This is McCartney at his best. I think this proved that he was a phenomenal producer. But this is for me. This is the McCartney track to end all McCartney tracks. It could be my top one of my top 3 McCartney songs of all time. I mean, this is
Oh,
the number one classic, and it's I wish it was played more on the radio besides maybe I'm Amazed or Band on the Run, you know what I mean, or Live and Let Die. I wish
it
this
should.
one was
It doesn't.
played.
It doesn't get. You're right. It does not get there played as much. Catch up with some comments. Ed Crawford. He kind of enjoys the Broad Street remake of this. Oy.
Oh,
Okay.
but you know what, Ed is a supporter of Broad Street, so you guys would get along.
We'll get
Yeah.
along there well with
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Let's see. Kit said, Andy the Queen approves. Thank you, Queen. Steve Sanders, what's the etching on the fourth side of the vinyl? It's like I think it just says Wings at the Speed of Sound. I can go grab it real quick in a second. But for anybody who thinks that they like the studio over the live, go watch the live version on YouTube. And when it gets to the bridge, love doesn't come in a minute. Sometimes doesn't come at all.
Right.
You know that one a minute. When he gets to the end of that and he starts playing the Rickenbacker and starts running across the stage, go tell me that's not.
That's kind of different, because when you're seeing it live, you just gotta hold on. When you see the energy of the band playing it live, it's definitely got a different feel from when you're just listening to it live. I think if you watch it, yes, I'll agree with you. You just see Joe. I mean, just Joe just going crazy. Paul's having a good time with it.
Yes.
But it's different visually than it is just listening, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a perfect song in 6 minutes.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you never get bored with this 6-minute song. You don't get bored. I mean, you tend to get bored after the 20th minute of the na na na's on Hey Jude. With this 6-minute song, I never get bored listening to the song.
The fourth, it's in the other room. I can't grab it, but the fourth
Yeah.
etching just says "Wings at the Speed of Sound"
Okay.
in like black etching on the fourth side of
Right.
the 2014 Concord
Right.
double LP.
Right.
That's
So
all.
the part where Paul, Linda, and Denny are doing their I love you bits when they're all singing at the same time. I mean,
Yes,
it's just perfect. You know.
Linda
So
getting apart, Paul
yeah.
and Linda getting apart. They're all kind of synchronizing their
So if
harmonies
this
together.
album was rushed, I would imagine that this song was given the most attention to. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Probably the most time spent on a
And
song was could have been for this song here.
I'm curious, and I maybe it's on Wingspan. I don't think it is, and maybe somebody watching can do it. And maybe was there a radio edit for this song prepared?
Yeah, it's a little further arm's length than I could reach,
I
but I
mean,
think it probably
I'll
is
look at. I
the
mean, I
full
have
length.
let's see, on Wingspan. It's a regular version. I'm
Yeah.
curious. I'm curious if an edited version became popular because it's 6 minutes. I'm sure some DJ out there prepared an edited
Oh, a
version of
radio
this.
edit you're talking. Okay.
A
Yeah.
radio edit, not
Yeah.
an officially released edit, but
Right, right, right.
was there an edit out there? Because I'm
Mm,
sure there are sections of this song, like they did with "With a Little Luck" and other songs, where they
right,
could just
right.
pull it out.
Yeah.
There
Well, I
had
was
there had to
3 at
be.
the time, so when it was on its release, so
I,
I
I,
don't recall.
I was -5, so.
Okay, very good.
Harry Benson. There was a Hall of Fame single by CBS.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, DJ edit. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There had to have been Tom Brennan. Yeah, but it wasn't officially released up by Capitol, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Casey Kasem at 40 aired an edit. Okay, yeah. No, they're definitely There is. I've heard it. But it's not commercially available.
Right.
Um, yeah. But again, yeah, good groove. It's got. What's not to love. I remember as a kid wondering what was the beginning of that, like those chains at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Like, what is that?
It's like a loop. Yeah, it's just a loop.
You know,
And I'm sure Paul done that and did that in his house, like he did back in the 60s. Just do it this loop, like for Tomorrow Never Knows or something.
right? And then I remember watching Rock Show or whatever as a kid, and when they get to the Silly Love songs, and I'm like, they're playing the chain. They're doing the chain
Right.
song. That's something you wouldn't think that they would play, and then they play it and they go right into it.
Yeah.
Joe says it's a printing press. Oh,
Oh, printing press. Okay.
wow. Oh, Hudson Forrest posted a YouTube link of the DJ edit. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Hudson.
Thank you, Hudson. We'll check that out. It left out the opening. Yeah.
Right.
That's a song that DJs could have a field day chopping up if they wanted to make it more commercial. But, leave it alone. Just like they should have left with a little luck loan, but we'll talk about that next week.
That's right. So with actually London Town is next for us. So
First show of 2021. Very appropriate.
yeah, and I think that one might be a little tougher than this was. I think the bottom half
Oh.
of London Town will be easy for me.
Yeah.
I think it's the top, the top half, which
It'll
will
be.
difficult.
I think for me, it'll be very similar to what Venus and Mars was. That was
Right.
that was tough because it's such a good album. This one, Venus, London Town's my second favorite Wings album.
Right.
So
That's right,
after
yeah.
Red Rose Speedway. So this one
Right.
will be tough for me
Mhm.
to do. But that will be next. Our first live show of 2021, which will be January 4th or 5th or 6th.
That'll be 6.
The
Number
6th.
6.
Okay.
6. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll do the 6th, and then on the 13th, we do Back to the Egg. And then on the 20th, what we're going to do is then we're going to take all the non-album singles, and then we're going from the 70s, and we'll rank those, and I'm sure we'll add the non-album B-sides as well. So that list might be, 15, 16 songs,
Yeah.
after said and done with all the non-album tracks that were released throughout the 70s.
And that's a lot of great material.
Even Zoo Gang, what? That'll be included.
It will be, yeah. But do we include My Carnival, or because it wasn't good, or not?
No, because that wasn't until
85.
Spies Like Us.
Spies Like Us,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, but no, this has been a fun series, and Speed of Sound. And again, this is really great that we're doing this because when you collect these things, there's only so many hours in a day to look at these things. And I bought this. We both bought this when it came out. I'm sure in
Yep.
2014.
Oh yeah, day it came out. Yeah.
Day it came out, and it's like, how many hours in a day can you go through all these things? And this week, preparing for the show, I was actually
Right.
able to sit down and actually read it again. And a lot of people always say, is there a lot of revisit value to these archives
Absolutely.
where you can sit down and look at
Well,
them? And
for you and I, for people like you and I that do these shows, you're going to be revisiting this stuff all the time.
it is. But it's a lot of people like to throw shade at these things. Oh, what do you buy it
Right.
once and it's just on the shelf? And
Right.
thankfully, you and I don't do that, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers out there don't either.
Right.
I wish they would be more in print. I checked on Amazon today. This thing is $172
Glad you
now.
brought that up. Yeah. So all the
$172.
you're right. All the Concord ones are out of print or discontinued. You can still find them in places that you can still get them sealed and whatnot, but you'll be paying a little bit more for them.
Like where, Tom?
eBay, Discogs, stuff like that. There's websites out there that you can find these. However, you're going to be paying, probably $30, $40, $50 more than what they were cost at the original. So we were talking before the show, Capitol just needs to reissue these.
Right.
So
Like
then
they-
the people that missed out on them can get them now.
Right. Like, listen, a couple years ago, Capitol reissued the single disc
Right.
versions of all these
The
albums,
vinyl.
right?
Yeah,
the
the
vinyl.
single
So-
disc and the CD too.
Right.
Yeah.
But they didn't do the double. They didn't do
Right.
the
Right.
2 LP, which I
Right.
think was a missed opportunity as well.
Right.
Give everybody what they got on these first runs of
Right.
issues.
Right. So if they reissue them, Capitol, if they reissue those, just make it exactly the same as what you're holding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't add anything because then the people
throw the Capitol logo on the bottom of this.
exactly. And call it a day. There
I
you
mean,
go.
this is not that old. This is what 7 years ago now. This came out.
Right,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
2014. There's no reason why somebody shouldn't be able to go to Amazon and buy this. Because what did you and I pay for this back in the day? $50 or $60?
75, I think.
Maybe.
Because
okay.
they came out the same time as Venus and Mars. That they were
Yeah, this was bundled.
same day.
This was bundled with Venus and Mars, right? So
Right.
maybe we got both of them for $150, maybe,
Right.
maybe a little more. Now one of
Yeah.
these is $172. That's ridiculous. You know,
Yeah.
for,
Some are even more. I think McCartney 2 is even more. I think it's like the
Oh.
200
Oh.
range.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Joe Mayo, is mine warped? I don't think so.
Mine is.
Is it?
Yeah, grab it here. And I'll show you.
I don't think it's warped.
Um,
Venus and Mars. So Steve says Venus and Mars and Speed of Sound, big archives. They don't match the other archive art designs. Does that bother you? Yes, it does.
Right.
Ooh, yours is
Yep.
warped. Ooh.
Yep. See. You
Wow.
can see right here at the end. Yeah. And this was in between two heavier. This was in between Venus and Mars and the Wings Over America box. So
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
mine.
Yeah.
And my Venus and Mars is a little bit too.
Wow. And let me just might add too. These archives have made it through like 2 moves, by the way, into different
Yeah.
places, and they've stayed okay. Oh, yeah. See, the Venus. I do like the Venus and Mars cover. How they just put the planets on it and not
Yeah.
the word. I like that. But
Right.
I don't like how they changed up the style of all of them.
Right. Right.
Tim Jackson. He sold his Wings Live set from 2 years ago for like triple the price. You
Wow.
did.
Oh
You did.
man.
Oh, because it's probably still going for over $2,000, which mine's sitting right over there, still back there. I mean, that's ridiculous what those
Yeah.
were still going for. Joe kept his in the cardboard case just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't stay consistent with with some of these. I think they have now. I like the cloth ones. They should have.
I like how they have them now. They're more like you open it and then there's like the it's like almost like the like a cigar box. You open it up and then
Right.
inside,
But the first couple years were just a book.
book. Yeah, the first 3 years. So you had Band on the Run was like the book.
Right, McCartney
next
1 and
year,
2.
two was
McCartney
same
1 and 2.
thing.
Same
But
thing.
then the third
Ram.
year we Ram. Then
was
you
the
had the exactly.
box.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
And that would be cool if they continue that. But then next year you get Wings Over America, which
Well,
is
that was a well, it was a big box, but it slid out.
right,
There
exactly.
was a housing for it. It didn't open up. Right.
Right.
Right. It had a
There you go.
housing. Right. Yeah. There you
Right.
go.
And then
Harry-
Wings at go ahead.
Yeah. Harry says Venus and Mars should have been a box set like Ram. Agreed.
Yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, there was enough material for it to
Hell yeah.
warrant that,
Well, the Australia concert should have been included in that set.
Hmm.
That was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Wings
yeah.
Over Down Under, which is a
Yeah,
pretty good
Wings
bootleg.
Over Down Under.
That's a good bootleg. It's
Yeah.
very good. The only time they played Junior's Farm live, by the way.
Yes.
The only time.
Oh man. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and they used to be cheap, Tim. They absolutely used to be cheap. They were
Yes.
affordable. You know,
Yes. Well, even this one was. I mean, this was like I think $100, but I mean, you're paying for four books.
yeah, you're getting a lot with
You
that.
know? Yeah.
Eddie Crawford asks, a box, a big blue one?
What
Question
big-
mark.
I got that box right over there, the big blue one.
I
Yes.
can't wait for that one. We're gonna go live when that comes out. Forget about it. I don't care what time of the night that is. We're going live. I want that to be the mega. I want that. I don't know if it's gonna happen though. We'll see.
You know, I think so. I think we'll get
will.
a
Listen,
Broad Street or
it
archive
will.
set. Yeah.
Tim Jackson says the price really jumped on Wings Over America. Has it?
Yes.
I haven't looked.
Yeah,
Was
I mean that was like $100. Yeah.
but that was just 100. I can't remember now.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, I mean you're paying maybe even 125. You know, but you were mainly paying for 3 books that you really didn't need. You know.
well, you might have needed them or not.
Yeah. I mean
Um,
the tour and itinerary book was excellent. You know, because you got
was
like
that the view of the
tickets
ocean?
in there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. No, the Ocean View was a
Oh, the Ocean View,
it was a
different.
completely different book as well. You got Look, Linda McCartney, so you just had a lot to read.
Yeah, lots of reading that one.
Yeah.
Tim Jackson. It's Paul's way of keeping
Linda's memory alive.
Linda's memory
Yeah.
alive. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
Susan said hers is warped as well. Oh, I messed up here with the stream. I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. She worries about the discs inside the back cover getting damaged. Try to just keep it on a shelf, maybe, Susan, just so it doesn't warp that way. Harry Benson said he paid $175 for Wings Over America at the time of release.
I don't remember paying that much. I think I am on Amazon for maybe 125.
Tim Jackson said it was $150.
Okay.
Joe says 3 books or 12 colored vinyl. Take your pick.
Maybe the vinyl.
Oh man. Yeah, man. But
Anyways.
yeah, and somebody else said London Town and waiting for London Town and Back to the Egg. Yes,
We hope those are next year.
2021. We should have gotten those this year instead of Flaming Pie.
Third or fourth quarter. Let's finish out the Wings era with London Town and Back to the Egg.
Let's get through Let It Be first, or Get Back, or whatever it's going to be called. And Plastic Ono Band, and then
Yeah,
All
but
Things Must Pass, and everything else.
I see Plastic Ono Band, and I see All Things Must Pass coming out fourth quarter. I see, we already know that Plastic Ono Band is going to get announced next month at some point, and
Fourth
then
quarter, you think?
First quarter.
Oh, you said fourth quarter.
I'm thinking for the McCartney stuff. If we get Back to the Egg London Town, I'm thinking third or fourth quarter for that.
Yeah. Eddie Crawford, was there any 12-inch singles with this album? Speed of Sound? No. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't recall.
I don't believe so. That was first 12-inch one that would have been available was Good Night Tonight. And
Good
there was
Night
12
Tonight.
inches, after that, there was 12 inches done.
The only single would have been Maybe I'm Amazed and Soily, backed by
Right. Joe, screw London Town and get back to the egg. Hey.
Well, you got to get to London Town first.
Listen, in my other room there, I have a giant, 24 by
right.
24 poster of London Town hanging in my living room, okay? That tells you all you need to know about London Town. I'll take my laptop and go show you next week when we do it.
Right,
I'll do it. I'll put the London Town poster behind me. How about that?
That's funny.
Susan says all hers are in a row in a bookcase, but a couple are warped. I can't believe warping happened with these.
Yeah, with 2 of mine, yeah. Actually, probably Band on the Run is a little warped as well.
Tom Brennan says maybe I'm amazed Soily had a 12-inch. Yeah, originally, or because that was a record store day thing too. Was that an original release?
I don't recall. Like I said, I'm 3 years old then.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Joe has seen my poster. That was right when it was on my other place. Right? Yeah. Well, I'll dust that off for next week. Maybe I'll do it from another room next week.
Ah, there you go. That'd be cool.
So yeah, London Town next week.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Great. Okay. Well, this has pretty much been an hour. Good time. Yep. Loved it. Thank you all for joining us. We had a great time. Like I said, London Town next week, and hopefully you'll join us. We'll probably be on Facebook again next.
Well, we don't know yet. It could be YouTube. I'm working on an issue with that with admin settings and stuff.
Okay.
It might be YouTube, but we'll post it and we'll let you know where it's going to be. This will be uploaded to our YouTube page anyway, so if you want to share the link, it'll be up there to other people as well. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, if you had a wonderful Hanukkah, hope you had a wonderful Hanukkah, all that good stuff. So thank you as once again. This is the last time we'll see you until 2021. So everybody out there have a safe and happy New Year. If you drink, drink responsibly, all that.
Real quick, Tim, where do we leave the tips?
Yeah.
Venmo. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah.
I'm kidding. Happy New Year, Susan, Harry, everybody. You guys have been so great supporting us.
We love you all. Thanks for supporting the show and your comments. We love them. Keep them coming.
See you in 2020, everybody.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.